guys having a good time? Hey! Loving your hairdos. All right, everybody, over here to your right, this is the beautiful Hibiscus Island. You'll notice it's a 3-story mansion with a dome on the top. That below show guy, he's from Puerto Rico, and he likes living la vida loca. Who's that? Reggae Martin, you got it. Now you'll notice the dome on top of his mansion is, the dome is actually a jacuzzi, and the dome part lights up at nighttime and looks like little stars. It changes all these different colors. Pretty cool stuff. That's what I call living la vida loca. Right next door in this 2-story mansion lives a gorgeous girl. She's not as pretty as her, but she's absolutely gorgeous. She's about 5'4", she's about this tall, and she used to be Oprah. And she used to be on Baywatch. Can anybody guess who it is?
Oprah.
Everybody always says Pamela because she's so popular, but you're way off. It's David Hasselhoff. Yeah, right. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I have had people say that it's actually Carmen Electra. Now look at the giveaway. Look at the boat. See, if you would have looked at the boat, you would have said, oh, Carmen Electra. I know she's not home right now because she's at my house. Yeah, right. I'm just kidding. Now, she actually captains her own boat, which is pretty cool. She goes out to the Bahamas all the time. And this is her vacation home here in South Florida. Her other vacation home is in LA and California. So what she does is she stays here till right after spring break. After spring break, she calls up a bunch of her friends in LA. They fly out here. They have a huge one-day party. The next day they wake up early, they get into a boat, and they go out. They go around the Florida Keys, across the Gulf of Mexico, through the Panama Canal, up the Pacific coast, and go back to LA, and she stays there another 4, 5, 6 months. Pretty cool stuff. Very adventurous. Now you'll notice the next island over is Palm Island. Back in the 1920s, Al Capone, aka Scarface, he actually is the original Scarface, had a mansion on the island. It was ideal for him and his family. He felt very safe because of the fact that there was no bridge access in those days. So he had security guards walking around the island 24 hours a day with guns, making sure that no suspicious boats were pulling up to the island. Now the way that they made these islands, because I'm sure all of you know that that you don't know they were all man-made. What they did is they actually excavated the channel for the ships to come in and out of Miami. They got all the sand and rock. They made the port of Miami with the leftover sand and rock. They made 11 islands. Now you'll notice this corner property here with all these identical palm trees. That's the largest property and the biggest mansion amongst all these islands. I'll tell you who owns it in just a minute. He paid $20 million for the land, $40 million on the construction of the mansion, and he has well over $1 million in exotic plants and palms from around the world on his property. He's one of the biggest drug dealers in the United States, pharmaceutical drugs, that is. He's a pharmacist, Dr. Philip Frost, with Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. They invented a little blue pill that sent smiles across the world. Does anyone know what the blue pill is? Viagra. He said it with a big smile. He's not shy. That's awesome. You see the waterfall coming off of his pool?
Yeah.
We gave it a name. We call it Niagara Falls. Why not?
Niagara Falls.
Everybody always looks at his mansion and they say, whoa, he has a big one. It is 22,000 square feet. There's only 3 bedrooms in the mansion. How could that be possible? He actually had half of the mansion as a duplicate of the Sistine Chapel. Pretty cool stuff. Now this mansion here, like many of the other mansions around these islands, have been used in movies, music videos, commercials. This mansion in particular was used in Bad Boys 2, transported to many other movies. Guys, remember the Addams Family? All the episodes of the Addams Family were not filmed here. I got a little kick out of saying that, but it does look a lot like the Addams Family mansion. This mansion, you see how really tall it looks? You know why? Because it's on a trailer right now. They lifted it off of its foundation to take it off of the island. The mansion. My mic just died. Thank you, sir. Now, the mansion was the first mansion built on the islands as an experiment to see if the land was firm enough and they were successful. It's been there for over 110 years, and today the mansion is known to be haunted, but it is a very historical building. And what happened was, after 3 years of filming Miami Vice, he had plenty of money. He was also racing these type of boats here, and he wanted to find a place with docks in the back. So he purchased this mansion off of Elizabeth Taylor in the 1980s, and today it's Dark Johnson's vacation home also. He's cool though. He used to own this mansion. When he owned it, you were able to see the mansion. It didn't have all those trees in the way or the boats. He got divorced. His wife kept the mansion. 2 years later, he decided to sell the I'm sorry, he got divorced. The wife kept the mansion, and then she decided to sell it. She got $42 million for it from Naomi Campbell's multi-billionaire ex-boyfriend. One of the first things he did when he moved in, he had all those trees and palms planted because he's a very private guy. Shoe designer. When he first purchased it, he was showing it off on MTV Cribs. The White Mansion was completed about a year ago. It used to be an empty lot. Jennifer Lopez purchased the lot as an investment. She had the mansion. She helped with the architectural design of the mansion. Today she's selling it for $35 million. The mustard-colored mansion. Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's Hamburgers, he gave this mansion to his daughter as a gift. Why? Because she graduated high school with an above-average GPA. She turns 18, she gets the mansion. When I graduated, turned 18, I got a job. How do I come up with this stuff? Now, this next mansion, you might recognize it from the famous music video by Will Smith, Welcome to Miami, Bienvenidos a Miami. He chose his own vacation home to film scenes from his famous music video. This mansion here was completed about a month ago. It belongs to Brangelina. It's their vacation home, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. They purchased the land about 8 years ago. They started construction 3.5 years ago. They just finished it. They had a 3-day welcoming party for them. And the mini mansion in the front is for the security guards. They sold the other half of their property and they made a profit. Madonna was having too many crazy parties in her own vacation home. The neighbors complained all the time she didn't like it, even from across the bay, complaining about the loud noise into the night. She sold it to Xuxa. She's a Brazilian talk show host. The king and queen of Miami, you know who that is? Oh, Ana Media Estefan, she got it back there. The one on the right says the recording studio by Sony Sound. They live in the house on the left. You saw the movie. At the end of the movie, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are floating in the pool. The pool breaks and fell into the water that was filmed right here. This mansion was actually custom built for Jackie Gleason for the 100 Minutes. All right, you guys, we're going to pick up a little speed. We're going to do a quick loop around the ocean. We get a little wet. Be careful with your stuff back there because we are going to get a little wet. And as we're coming in, I'll take those photos, I promise. everybody. I just want to say thank you all very much for joining us on Thriller. And also, I just want to remind you to please remain seated until we're completely entitled to the dock for your safety. Also, please make sure that you have all your personal belongings. Make sure you have your cameras, your phones, your wallets. Make sure nothing fell out of your purses, jewelry. We do find stuff all the time. We just don't want you to lose your stuff. We are closing shop for the evening, and we won't be here till tomorrow. Also, ladies and gentlemen, some of you might not know this, some of you might forget, but Brian and I are both going to kind of remind you and let you know for good reason, is that both of us work for tips, gratuity, propina. This is our tip bucket right here. We place this bucket right here, and as you guys exit the vessel, you show us how much fun you had. And the reason why we let you know this is because this is how we make our money on Thrillers, through your kind generosity. You do help us out a great deal, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Enjoy your night.